Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and I'm back. Check it out, I'm back. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Sorry about that. I've not been well, and I wanted to make sure I actually recovered this time, because I keep being ill, and then, you know, the moment I'm not bedridden, I'm trying to record again, and it's just silly, right? So I've given myself a bit of a break, and hopefully we can just, keep going now, and it won't be a problem. So here I am, back again, and playing some of my own games now, rather than just doing community casts. Community casts were great, you know, that was really nice when I wasn't feeling too great, just to be able to bring you guys content and show off your own stuff. But now, I'm back, and it's been so long since I played this game. I'm really enjoying just playing it again, which is amazing. So it's really done me good. It's done me good, guys. So thanks for all the messages I've had from you lot, you know, asking for my right. It's all good. Also, it's my birthday as I'm recording this. That's right, it's my birthday, and I wanted to get some recording done. I'm 29 now, that's right. I'm getting old, almost 30. Ugh, awful. But anyway, I'm playing as the Lizardmen. That's right, following the old ones. I'll be one of those soon, so it's all good. So, here, Saurus Warriors. I have Saurus Warriors. I'm against a Beastmen, so don't need a huge amount of armor piercing usually in the front line. Bestigors will be a problem, Goreherd not so much, but hopefully they'll hold out. Also, a ton of javelins, because I'm scared of Minotaurs and the like, and yeah, javelins will actually chew through Minotaurs pretty easily. But also, they've got good enough range that things like Centaurs with throwing axes, if they start sort of trying to come around the sides, I can just throw javelins at them. You can get a lot of damage in. You know, don't need the AP to kill Centaurs, I just need to be able to reach them. So they're actually really good for that. Also, I have some extra skinks in the back, 2 skink chiefs on pterodons. I know, it's a bit cheesy, but it's tough. Beastmen are very good in this matchup, at least in my experience. I don't think I've ever lost against Lizardmen with Beastmen before, so this is pretty great. I've got to use everything I can. Also, a couple of other pterodon riders. I didn't go with the fire leech bowlers, just one of the standard ones. I want to be able to poison, and they've got pretty good missile damage, to be fair, so they can kill unarmored things fairly well. So these would be great for harassing Centaurs as well. Also, over here, you can see I've got some cold one riders. I might have been able to splash out a bit more, to be honest. I could have got rid of maybe the skink cohort and upgraded one of these to the anti-large variant, but I didn't. I just kept it on the armor piercing. I just wanted some maneuverability. Hopefully I can get some, you know, flanking attacks with these guys. That was the plan. I wanted some maneuverability. Anyway, finally, Lord Mazdamundi. He's on Zalak. So, huge armor piercing, anti-infantry, poison missiles. He's just very, very, very good. And of course, because it's Mazdamundi on Zalak, we've got all his spells too. So you can see he's got his free ones, Ruination of Cities, and Banishment. Absolutely lovely. He's also got Shield the Old Ones, which is very handy. It's different than it used to be. It used to be magic resistance. So you used to just hit that, 44% magic resistance, then cast your spells. You know, your free spells nearby, and you could negate a lot of the friendly fire, about half of it. You can't do that now, but it's better in more situations than it was. So it's a weird one. I'm not sure if I like the change or not yet. It's certainly more, you know, niche, I guess, before. Now it's just good, generally. Also, Arcane on Forging, Apotheosis, Curse the Midnight Wind, which I think is a huge, huge help to keep my front line alive. If I can negate a lot of their melee attack, it's going to help me a lot. Also, lowering armor definitely helps the Saurus Warriors that don't have a lot of armor piercing, so it's very nice. So that's about it. Oh, I did accidentally give him Rolling Skies, which, yeah, you can see here. This, completely pointless. Did not need to bring this, because they're not going to be flying stuff. Well, I mean, they might, but it's kind of pointless. Kind of pointless. Anyway, over here you can see he's got Centaurs. 2 just normal Centaurs there. He's got a load of Goreherd and Ungor spears on the edges, a couple of Bestigors, and here you can see he's got his Centaurs with throwing axes that I'm able to harass very nicely early on, which is great. He also has a Gorbel, which is very frightening. That's going to be very painful for Zalak if he can keep on top of it. So that's going to be rough. Also, Brave Shaman of Shadows, Enfeebling Foe is a nightmare. That is very, very tough. And also, Morga, the Shadow Cave. So a lot of Chaos Spawn are going to be turning up as well, which will be a bit of a nuisance. Also over here, Minotaurs are great weapons. He's keeping them back because he knows they're quite fragile. He doesn't want to get them killed early. He needs them to kill the big monsters. So, speeding things up. Over here you can see the Centaurs are charging into my back line pretty quickly, so I'm going to send some of my Cold One Riders over here. I mean, they've got pretty good combat stats generally, so the armor piercing obviously isn't going to matter much, but it's just more bodies to throw at these guys, and I can nip at their heels as they run away, so they are taking some pretty significant damage. Over here, the Centaurs with throwing axes are being whittled down pretty successfully, but now all the Lords and Heroes are running in here, and they're going to be able to do a lot to the Saurus Warriors. So I'm having my Skink Chief shoot at the Gorbel at the moment. Probably should have just gone for the Brave Shaman, knowing that I could kill him very early, but he is on foot, so he's going to be hard to hit. So I've got my Cold One Riders running in, but he does actually get a very nice flank on me. He gets a nice surround, which is not something I want. It really isn't. Also here, I use Arcane Unforging on Morga. That was a misclick. I meant to put that on the Shaman. Whoops. That's kind of annoying. Oh well, it'll have to do. It'll do some damage at least, you know, it's something. So, and here you can see the Centaurs are getting wrapped up. The Ungor herd are getting wrapped up by the huge amount of skinks I have in here. So this flank is going well for me. Here, though, not so well. So I'm trying to do what I can to support. He's got loads more infantry running in. Here, the Minotaurs have charged in. Curse of the Midnight Wind, certainly helping my Saurus warriors, but they're only on 1 kill. They're not doing the best. But you know, some damage has happened. There's some damage here. I did drop my bombs from, well, the big rocks from the Pterodon Riders on these guys to try and help whittle them down, which certainly helped. But it's not the best thing in the world. But I'm getting some nice rear charges now. I've got my Cold One Riders trying to chase down these Centaurs with throwing axes, and I do manage to catch them, which is good. Here I've got Mazdamundi running away, and all of my javelins are being thrown at these Minotaurs, which is very, very handy. You can see they've lost a lot of health very quickly. And here, seeing that I had basically no Saurus Warriors left, tried to hit them with the Ruination of Cities, but it didn't really hit many of my opponents very well there. I was a bit disappointed with how that went. And here we're going to see some Chaos Spawn summoned in the back. So things aren't looking great for me right now. They're not looking great. I've got some Cold One Riders still in here, getting some damage in. And to be fair, they're getting some good damage in. You know, they're getting some good damage on the Minotaurs. They're doing some good damage to the Bestigors, the Gore Bull as well. You know, it's not too bad. And here, I use a Banishment, but because I couldn't double it up with the Shield of the old ones, I managed to completely wipe out my own unit of Skinks there, which is a real pity. Luckily, still got a lot of Cold One Riders in here, but yeah, not the best hit on all the Bestigors, unfortunately. And now he's just got a huge amount of stuff left. I have a unit of Skinks there, a unit of Skinks there, and a unit of Cold One Riders there and there. Oh no, they're running. So I have some surrounded Cold One Riders and a couple of Skinks. That's basically all I've got on the ground. So Mazdamundi has to book it. This is tough. This is tough. Luckily, he managed to get around the Chaos Spawn mostly, so he's not being stopped by them. Ooh, though he is a bit. So here, him with an Apotheosis, try and keep his health up, and I've got all of my skink, you know, Air Force shooting into what they can. So I'm trying to deal with these Minotaurs. They're getting very injured very quickly, but unfortunately the Centaurs with throwing axes are back in the fight, which is a real nuisance for me. Whoops, just zoomed out hugely. Oh, well, there's some skinks here. They'll come back soon. So, yeah, huge amount of Beastmen still left on the field, and a lot of things that are very good at dealing with Mazdamundi. So he uses Melkoths on me, which obviously won't do much damage, but it's going to slow me down. So Mazdamundi is going to be a lot slower, and it means that these Minotaurs can keep pace, which is very bad. So got a load of good damage onto the Gore Bull, which is very, very nice for me. Curse of the Midnight Wind, that's going to help lower their armor to 5, which means all of the damage from the Skinks is going to start registering. And that lower melee attack is hopefully going to keep Mazdamundi alive for a little bit longer. But, oh, he's broken. He's broken. Enfeebling foe on him, putting him down to 0 and 14 melee attack and defense, which is atrocious. Trying to run in with my Cold One Riders, try and break some of this stuff up. But it's not looking good for Mazdamundi. He's on his own. He's on his own. Still firing at the Minotaurs, though, and the Gore Bull. I've had to throw in some of the Pterodon Riders into melee. Actually, all the Pterodon Riders. They've all run out of ammunition. It's only the Skink Chiefs with ammunition left, which is not good for me. Got a few units starting to come back. But here, I've almost taken out the Minotaurs. Okay, they are running away now. And the Gore Bull is very, very injured. So that is 2 things that I really needed dead that are basically dealt with. But over here, the Centaurs are going to keep pace with Mazdamundi. Luckily, I've got my Skink Chiefs. They can keep running. They only have to be faster than Mazdamundi, and they are faster than Mazdamundi. That's all they have to be quicker than. So they can keep pace with these Centaurs, keep shooting at them, and they don't have a lot of armor, so they're going to drop very quickly. So I'm going to tell them to charge into melee, because as they're chasing, they're going to be shooting at them. Unfortunately, they're shooting over there a bit at the moment, but hopefully I can get rid of these Centaurs, because that is all that is stopping Mazdamundi from rallying. Over here, Pterodon Riders start to regroup. He has a huge amount of stuff left here, just an overwhelming amount. He's still got the Gore Bull, still got a Brayshame, and Morga is basically on full health. He's got some Bestigors, though I was able to do some pretty good damage to both of those, which is definitely a good thing. So here, Mazdamundi came back, and I've used an Apotheosis, so he's down to 500 health, and that should put him up to around 1,000, I think. It's not the best thing in the world, an Apotheosis. It's certainly no regrowth, but yeah, it helped, gave him about, yeah, 450 health back. So it'll do, it helps keep him in the fight, because he's very valuable. You know, 450 health for something like Mazdamundi is a lot better than 450 health for something like, I don't know, some Ungor, right? So, obviously I wouldn't cast it on their Ungor, that would make no sense. But you know what I mean, right? He's expensive, so any health you can get him is a good thing. Also, he's my lord, so as soon as he goes, everyone's going to fold. Also, he's the only thing on the ground left. Oh, actually, saying that, I do have some Cold One Riders. Yay! So, nice little flank charge into the Bestigors, trying to get some damage onto them and slow things down. Because you see, I have my Skink Chiefs firing at the Brayshame in here. which is very, very nice. The Gorbel is running away. That's right, I managed to scare him off, which is beautiful. And Mazdamundi is fighting these Centaurs, but he's not actually getting very good hits on them, unfortunately. Come on, just kill the Centaurs. So, Enfeebling Foe, bring his stats down to basically nothing, and a beautiful Desolation of Cities there. Sorry, Ruination of Cities. Getting some really good damage on the remaining Bestigors, and a Banishment should help really, really whittle them down. So, yeah, we can see the health is going down pretty quickly. Nope, they're out of it. Oh, please keep dying. Please. Please. Anyway, they're losing a lot of guys, so they're very injured. Those Bestigors very injured. His elite infantry is almost dealt with. Unfortunately, though, Mazdamundi is still fighting these stupid Centaurs. Oh, I did give him another Apotheosis, by the way, and that's why he's got a little bit more health again. So that's nice. I'm going to keep trying to do that. But it costs 5 Winds of Magic each time, so it can get a little silly. So, here, once again, Male Cultist Mystifying Miasma, slowing him down, but that's all he can do. Brave Shaman has had it now, which is excellent. That is great news for me. So here, charging my Pterodon Riders into the Centaurs. So again, no armor piercing, who cares? They got pretty good weapon strength, they can do some good work to cheap things like Centaurs, even in melee. You know, getting the charge off, stopping the Centaurs from getting their own charge. And now, nice damage resistance and leadership. So hopefully the Pterodon Riders will stay in this fight for a little longer. So the Centaurs are running away. Unfortunately, those Spearmen will actually be able to get some good damage onto the Pterodon Riders, because they don't have much armor, and they have the anti-large bonus helping them hit. So that's a bit rough. More Centaurs coming back in, but I got my Cold One Riders chasing them around. That's right, I still have, what's that, 7 Cold One Riders. So that's pretty handy, and the Skinks have managed to block these guys in. Unfortunately, these Pterodon Riders have basically had it. Yeah, it's not great. And now my Skink Chiefs are running out of ammo. So yeah, it's not great. It's not looking great. Morga's still on basically full health. Still got Centaurs. So I'm trying to charge to just stop them again. So Cold One Riders, they pretty much had it. Another Apotheosis though, very handy. And now Zlak has to charge in. He's the only one with any health, but all the heavy hitters are dealt with now. I mean, Morga is probably their heaviest hitter, but he doesn't have a huge amount of armor piercing. You know, only 400 weapon strength, not armor piercing weapon strength. It's pretty good. So it's good for me. You know, with 140 armor on Zlak, I'm not going to take too much damage from even Morga. Of course, he does poison, but oh god, I love those charging animations. So 140 kills on Mazdamundi right now. Still managing to chase off a few units. My Cold One Riders still in this fight, which is just unbelievable. So I'm trying to get a charge into the rear here. Just charging from every side, basically. I'm hoping to start a terror route. Because, yeah, things are starting to break here. So, load of stuff terrifying now. A load of stuff starting to terrify. And these Spearmen, they're actually over here. So, yeah, I'm going to charge them in a second. And Morga, he's getting a bit bullied. He's a bit surrounded. All of his support has left him. They will be back, though. They will be back pretty quickly. And here, beautiful charge from Zlak. Sending thousands of them flying. And they're going to break very, very quickly. Over here, though, Cold One Riders trying to deal with Morga, but he finishes him off. It's a real pity. At least I've got a Skink Chief bothering him. But one-on-one, it's not great for the Skink Chief. Skink Chief doesn't have the armor, so the lack of AP from Morga doesn't matter. He's got poison attacks, and he's got good attacks. They're going to hit and do a lot of damage to something flimsy like a Skink Chief. But hopefully I can keep harassing him. And here, we're going to see Mazdamundi charge in and get a lovely hit on Morga. That's nice, and it gives me some respite. While he's on his back, he can't be attacking, so I can deal with other threats. So I'm chasing some of their units off this way, but I'm going to have to come back, because he's got a ton of Spearmen just appeared. So Bestigors are returned. Way more Spearmen over here. And all these Spearmen, you know, not a huge threat to Mazdamundi, because Mazdamundi has just so much armor. But big threat to my Skink Chiefs. And Skink Chief is a great distraction, you know. I can't have everything fighting Mazdamundi at once, because that's still bad for me despite his armor. He has very little health. It's going to hurt. But being able to get some of these guys surrounded, it's not good for me. So I need to use Mazdamundi to relieve the pressure of all of these cheap spears knocking around. He's the best tool for getting rid of them quickly, as you can see. So I need to use him to deal with that. Although he could do a lot of damage to Morga, I need to deal with everything else first. I just really do. Or else I'm going to get dragged down. I can have a lot of very expensive units dragged down. So there we go. Getting a lot of stuff wrapped up, which is very, very nice. Very nice for me. And, yeah, now we're bothering Morga here, which is lovely. And, okay, some units are starting to come back, but look at them. They're wavering already. They're not going to last. So, Mazdamundi, yep, just walks up to them and they run away, which is great. But here you can see Skink Chiefs. Now it's just 2 Skink Chiefs against Morga, and there's not a lot of other stuff in the way of the combat. Morga's actually getting some great hits on the Skink Chief, and it's really looking bad for him. But like I said, Mazdamundi, great at dealing with all this just random chaff infantry. He's up to 201 kills now, another apotheosis. Pretty unbelievable. If I wasn't able to save him earlier on, you know, if he had just had a few more Minotaurs left and they got a couple more hits on Mazdamundi before he ran away, yeah, I would have lost. I would have lost this already. Absolutely. But my Skink Chiefs are really struggling against Morga at the moment. They really are. It's like it's taking too long getting rid of all these spearmen. Somehow they keep rallying, which I just find unbelievable. That one shattered. Good. Good. You get out of there. So now, I've only got these 2 units left. You know, I did have the odd Cold One Rider or whatever coming back. No, they're all gone now. They are all gone. These are the only 2 units that haven't shattered. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. So here, I actually pulled out the Skink Chief. I want to get another angle on him and try and get another charge onto something. So here, more damage resistance, very, very handy. So with 140 armor and the 22% damage resistance, yeah, I'm negating a lot of the damage. There's not going to be a lot that can really hit Mazdamundi for much hurt, basically. So here, starting to go for Morga, and I'm going to just charge into Morga now because, yeah, I mean, everything is so blobbed up. Yeah, that was an attack on Morga, but look how much damage it did to the Spearmen. Anyway, so they've shattered. Good news. And now I can focus on the Shadow Gave. Finally. Finally. So getting some good damage on him. Skink Chief actually doing very well here. I'm very proud of my Skink Chiefs in this fight. Yeah, there's no hope. There would have been no hope if I didn't have them. They really helped carry this. Well, them and Mazdamundi, I guess. But I think if the Skink Chiefs didn't exist, Mazdamundi would have got surrounded and wiped out in seconds. So it's pretty great. It's pretty great. So Morga still getting bullied. Of course, he can still hit pretty hard. You know, he does regenerate, which is why it's taking so long to kill him. You know, over the course of the fight, he's just sort of he was in full health during this ridiculous episode over here. So very annoying, but you can see his healing cap is very, very close to being full now. So that is good news. So he's not going to be able to regenerate much longer. And frankly, for the amount of damage he's taking, I mean, with the anti-infantry, the anti-armor, the anti-everything from Zlak here, yep, it's too much. And that is a Pyrrhic victory, which I'm very surprised about. I thought I lost it, you know, I don't know, 20 seconds in, frankly. It was awful. But it just shows, you know, if you're persistent, you can get a lot done, you know. Still just focus on the most threatening things, you know, be patient, and, yeah, and pray a lot. I mean, I'm not a religious man, but hopefully the old ones had something to do with it. It's all part of the plan. Yeah, it's horrific game, but we made it. We made it through, which I'm very surprised by. So it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I think it's a tough matchup. I think Beastmen, I think, have just a crazy amount of good tools for dealing with Lizardmen. They're just very good. I think people were, when Mortal Empires first came out, people were saying, oh, Beastmen are rubbish, because, yeah, they got Minotaurs. They just get killed by skink skirmishers. If you're waiting around that long for them to be attacked by skirmishers, you know, to any significant degree, you're doing Beastmen wrong. You know, you want to get everything on top of everything in the first 20 seconds of the fight. And then, yeah, it'll be decided before some gang skirmishers can really swing it, you know. Obviously, Pterodon Riders obviously prove a bit of a problem in the air, but, I mean, there's ways to deal with that. You could bring Harpies, or you could bring Ungor Raiders. There's ways to deal with it, but yeah, you can hit hard enough to wipe out pretty much all of the ground forces. And he almost did that. I was just very lucky to get Mazdamundi out of there when I did. But, I mean, you saw it, just wipe out the ground forces. Then what are the Pterodons going to do? I mean, what are you going to do? So yeah, I think Beastmen have a good time generally. I was very lucky to get a win out of this, I think. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, I'm back, so there'll be more. There'll be more of this soon. So that's pretty great, right? So yeah, more stuff. I'll see you in the next one, which will be soon. Oh, I'm happy. Anyway, have a good day, guys.